What's going on, everybody? I wanted to do a fun little video for you guys today. A couple days ago, I was lucky enough to win an auction through Collector Art House, and I purchased my first altered card, which is super exciting. And I wanted to do a live opening of it, other than me just taking it out of the package that was sent to my house from Mike. And I've seen it online. I know what card it is, and I just wanted to kind of do a live reaction and talk a little bit about Sorcery, binders, and some of the rumors and predictions for next year. So wanted to do a big shout out to Mike over at Collector Art House. And this is a super awesome piece. I'm going to go ahead and move my binder out of the way because I'm going to talk about that after. I really love Cloud City, and this is a Cloud City Atlas Thorn altar, and this is absolutely amazing. The detail on this card is absolutely crazy. And once I saw it, I had to have it, and I'm thrilled to actually be holding it. This is actually awesome. So this is art that is done on the actual card. If you guys don't know much about altered cards in Sorcery, artists actually take the original card. I'm actually going to take it out of the sleeve here and put it up against the camera. Very gently, get a little bit of the glare out of the way from these sleeves, and I can already see like the actual drawing on the card. This is absolutely crazy. I don't know how well this is going to be showing up on my camera, but I can see all of the individual like lines and brush strokes and stuff. This is crazy. I'm super thrilled to have this card. I think I got it for an absolute steal. I'm not going to say how much I paid for it, but it is, I'm sure it's well known in the Discord and stuff like that. You can look it up. There's the regular back, and I just can't get over this front artwork. I can't believe that somebody was able to draw all of that on an actual card. Like the details and the time this had to have taken is crazy. Try and get this in as good views as you guys can see. Give it some little wiggle here. You can see a little bit of the brush strokes. Trying to keep still here for you guys. But this is Cloud City is one of my favorite Atlas cards. Just to go over what it does, Cloud City, a unique site, aloft and ever fleeting. For 3 air threshold, it provides an air threshold, and once on your turn, this site may fly to a nearby void. So it's super, super good card. If you're running air, you might as well throw this in there just to maybe get some mobility out of your sights and block off your opponent, stuff like that. Super, super thrilled to have this card. I'm going to go ahead and put it back in the sleeve. And I'm going to try and get a good fancy display for that to go on. Let's get that out of the glare there. Show it off a little bit more, and then I wanted to talk about the binders. But yeah, man, I am absolutely thrilled to have this card. So shout out to Mike. Check out his channel if you guys haven't. I know he runs a Facebook group, and he's got his Discord. So shout out to Mike. Thank you very much for that. So let's get into another topic. He did also throw in this card. There, you guys can scan that if you want. If you wanted to join, go through his link tree and all the different websites that he does, and cool little Philosopher's Stone and Collector Art House emblem there. So that's super cool. So now, binders. I'm going to zoom out just a touch. Looks like that's as far out as I can zoom to keep this binder in the photos here, or in the camera. I have my trusty Just a Rock to show you how these binders are fitting cards. I'm going to go ahead and grab a perfect fit sleeve. So when I store my items in a binder, I usually use perfect fits, and I've actually tested out 2 binders. I accidentally bought 2 Arthurian Legends binders. So if anybody is wanting a misprint Arthurian Legends binder, let me know. I have an extra one, and then I have an Atlas binder that I'm not going to use. It's going to have a little bit of glare, but there's that. They're super, super nice. These binders are very well made, with the exception of the known issues with the, well, I'll go ahead and show off the Arthurian Legends one too. Except for the known issues with some of the squares where you slide in your cards are either too loose, too tight, or just right. So if I open this up to the first page here, the middle slot of this binder in my Arthurian Legends one worked exactly the same. The middle slot is perfect. The top slot has a ton of extra space. And then the bottom slot is tight, but the card fits. So I'm still going to use these binders. Like I said, I don't drag and shield my cards when I put them in binders. And I'm not a super big collector anyway. I just have non-foil sets on top of, you know, what I play with normally. And like the middle row is so good. If like they just made everything like the middle row, these things would be perfect. But I only have non-foil sets. I don't know if I would trust putting a foil set in here, but I still think they fit. Like it's tight, but it fits. And your card is still going to be protected. It's in a sleeve. We'll test out the next one. So the next page, the middle slot is a little loose. The bottom is kind of just perfect. And the top has a lot of extra space, if you guys can see that in the camera. So we've all, you know, talked about binders till we're blue in the face. They're like I said, they're super good quality. I really like the outer layer of it. They look great on the edges. They have the beta symbol. And on Arthurian Legends, it has the Arthurian Legends logo. And then the Atlas has a beta emblem on the side as well for the beta Atlas binder. But yeah, I just wanted to show off the Atlas Thorn Altar Cloud City that I got and talk a little bit about the binders. I've been watching a lot of other videos, and I'm really looking forward to next year for Sorcery. I know today they did kind of a year retrospective. I haven't got a chance to watch that yet. I'm gonna probably watch it after I post this video on YouTube. But I'm really looking forward to 2025. Just watching some of the most recent videos. Cardboard Guy did a long sit down interview with Ed Beard Jr. talking about the Dragon Lord set and how excited they are for that to come out. I'm excited for it too. The one takeaway that I did kind of scratch my head about a little bit is that they really did specify that set is going to go to, they said that they definitely were going to have that in LGSs, which I don't know how they will handle it. I'm sure they'll figure it out. But I don't know how they're going to do that in LGSs with it being a 13 card set. There's going to have to be some sort of sorcery catch to it, because I know that collectability is a big issue. It's a big topic with Sorcery. You know, Eric and Simon and Chase, they are all big on collectability, and I'm just wondering how they're going to do the foil ratio, and you know, how many cards are going to come in a pack if an LGS carries it. you know, how much is a pack going to cost? How many cards is going to be in it? What's the pull rates? Something like that. I'm thinking it's going to be something like maybe 5 cards in a pack, 5 or 6, probably 6 to have an even number. Which I don't think that matters. Most TCGs have odd number cards in them anyway. But I think that it's going to have about 6 cards in it, and you're not going to be guaranteed a unique. And I'd say the pull rate for a foil will be like 1 in 5 packs, and it'll be like a $4 or $5 pack, which is going to be kind of weird. Maybe they'll do something different. I don't know. That's just me kind of spitballing a little bit about it. So I wanted to touch on that. I did want to go back to the binder issue real quick. I know that the Sorcery team, I know they had to be a little bit discouraged with the news of these binders not being up to par, but they went above and beyond, in my opinion, on, you know, they issued refunds for these binders. If you ordered a binder, your binder got refunded and they refunded your shipping. So essentially you got misprint binders that you can keep and use maybe for cheaper cards, maybe for another card game, put them in the background of your YouTube video, something like that, or just, you know, a background shelf piece. You know, a lot of Sorcery players like to flex out their shelves and stuff like that. I know I do. So they will be good background pieces, and I know they'll go back to the drawing board and make sure that the next ones, you know, go according to plan. So hopefully, you know, this was going to be a good revenue stream for them. So hopefully that they can get these binders squared away. I'm gonna say maybe summertime they'll get another set in, and they'll try their luck again with those. I did today. I caught the last Collector Art House stream, and I did hear that Mike, who was part of Sorcery Con for last year, he's still a part of the planning, you know, of the art side for Sorcery Con. And I did want to, you know, spread around the fact that, you know, he's still part of that planning team, and that from the sounds of it, they're gonna want to do some smaller scale Sorcery Con type regional events as well, which is what I discussed in one of my past videos. I really think that 2025 is going to be a gameplay year for Sorcery, and if they can, you know, get some regional events, like I'm qualifying like March of the Mortals, Courtesan Cup, Gen Con. That's kind of a bigger, I would say a bigger regional, and then you could cap it off at the main Sorcery Con. If they could get together like maybe 4, 5, 6 regional type events like that, I think that'll be great for the game. With my last sort of projection, and maybe sort of a suggestion, with this end of year kind of crunch and lull that we kind of get in, with the game just being kind of one set a year, I think that with also the next set being, you know, rumored as Angels and Demons, which I definitely can't wait for. I would toss around the idea of maybe switching the release window if they can, maybe away from October into maybe August, you know, to get that end of summer buzz, and then get that, kind of avoid that super quick dump. Like there's going to be a lower, like everybody's going to rush out and get these cards, especially with the set being, you know, one set a year. Everybody kind of rushes out and sort of FOMOs their way through the cards, and you'll get crazy, you know, pre-sale prices, pre-release prices. Singles go through the roof, then they kind of steadily, you know, settle and kind of go through a downward trend. But this year, near the end, with, you know, you had the news of the beta, you know, reprint, quote unquote, and then TCG player with the big Black Friday sale and stuff like that. I think maybe moving the release window could help them and benefit them quite a bit. And then touching on that as well, I think after this Dragon Lord set, with you know, this game being, you know, it's in its growth stage right now. Second set leading into the specialty Dragon Lord set, and then leading into what we assume is Angels and Demons next year. I think after that they should maybe consider maybe doing a smaller but bigger than the Dragon Lord set, like a supplemental set once a year. I recently found my way into another TCG called Grand Archive, and they sort of do a similar model. They have more than one set a year, but they do expansion sets, which are smaller in scale, and they're not considered standard sets. So I think maybe a supplemental set once a year down the road, I think that could be great for the game. 60, 70, at the top end, 80 card set, something like that. Can shake up the meta, keep people interested, and just change up the game a little bit more than what we're used to right now. For my last suggestion, I would suggest to the team to do some sort of roadmap. I know that roadmaps are kind of a death nail for certain games, but you don't have to put any sort of concrete date in mind. You could put dates with to be determined, stuff like that. Dragon Lord set comes out in March. Angels and Demons comes out in late August. Supplemental set near the end of the year, surprise. Spoiler season. Throw in the regional events if they become more official. Something like that, just to keep the players engaged and keep them focused on the game. Because with one set a year, especially with everybody running out at the end of the year, grabbing the set real quick, if you have it all collected, you have all your play sets, you're kind of just in a waiting period, and the holiday season kind of brings in a lull in its own. But yeah, those are just some thoughts that I've been bouncing around. Mainly just wanted to show off this awesome card and talk about the binders a little bit. Once again, thank you very much, Mike. Love what you do for the game. I shouted out Cardboard Guide a little bit too earlier. Love those guys over there. They're great for the game. All the other Sorcery creators, everything that I see online, everybody's so hyped up on the game. I love to see it. We actually had a new player start last week. I used to play MetaZoo with him, and he's loving the game already, starting to collect the cards, and just seeing another smiling face playing the game. I still maintain that this game has some of the best gameplay that I've seen in a TCG, and I look forward to playing it every week. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Just wanted to show off a few things and talk to you guys a little bit. Hope everybody has a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday. I'll try and get another few videos out before the new year. I do have some I'm going to finally get to my Pokemon video. I'll go through that binder here in a video or two. I got some Grand Archive to open up. I don't really know much about it. I've got into the gameplay a little bit. No one really plays it around me, but I'm going to try and change that a little bit. So yeah, this is EndFaze Games. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like. Take care.